No. She's funny, as you all know. She's staying at this, trying to stay at it. It's pretty hard to do. She does a good job. Yeah, it did. Oh, she sure is.
Air sign out.
Thank you. All right. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Ed, whenever you're ready, I think it's time.
Meeting will please come to order. Gentlemen, be seated. This is a duly advertised meeting of the Joliet Zoning Board of Appeals. In our capacity, we hear petitions for relief from the strict provisions of our city ordinance. In matters of this type, the decision of this board is final. In respect, it does not go to the mayor or the city council for any further action. If you disagree with our decision, you do have recourse in a court of record. We also hear petitions for variations of land use. In matters of this type, we act as an advisory board to the mayor and the city council, making a recommendation either for or against it. Final decision on land use is made by the mayor and the city council. Secretary, call the roll.
Ms. Safford? Here. Mr. Alessio? Mr. McShane? Mr. Noctree?
Here.
Mr. Riggs? Ms. Rohr? Here. Mr. Hennessy?
Here.
First order of business would be approval of minutes from the February 17th Zoning Board of Appeals meeting.
Motion be in order to approve.
So move.
Have a second? You guys weren't here?
I wasn't here.
Ms. Safford?
Abstain. Maybe we do a motion on table.
Mr.
No,
Noctree?
We'll need a motion to table.
What do we do? Can we approve that?
There were two of them that weren't here last time. Can they still approve the minutes?
They should vote if they weren't here.
I can't second it.
Two of them are enough to approve it. He said you can go ahead with just two approving it.
Okay,
The ones that weren't here should abstain.
okay. Well, then we don't have a second, so what do we do then? We just table it?
You can either second it yourself or.
I can't second it as chairman.
Okay.
Then we'll have to table it.
We'll just do both then at the next meeting.
Okay,
wanna-
just
We'll just table it.
majority of those present voted to approve. Go on,
Yeah.
okay?
Next order of business would be citizens to be heard on agenda items. This section is for anyone wanting to speak regarding items listed on the agenda. Anyone speaking on agenda items is entitled to speak for a maximum of 4 minutes. It is not a question and answer period, and staff and the Zoning Board of Appeals does not generally respond to public comments. Is there anybody that would like to speak on agenda items this time? Yeah. I guess we should make you aware that 2022-07, the special use permit for the truck trailer repair facility is being tabled at the city's request to the May 19th ZBA meeting. That is our recommendation. We would like to see the annexation and the zoning classification and the agreement go through its process first before they come back for the special use permit for the truck repair. The petitioners are supportive of that, so please be aware of that. You know, well, if this proceeds in May, then you'll have an opportunity to speak on the specifics of this proposal at that time.
Is that hold true to the 4 o'clock meeting too, then?
No, the 4 o'clock meeting will proceed. So we plan on bringing the annexation, the classification, and the annexation agreement to the 4 o'clock meeting for Plan Commission to review. Yes.
I sent a petition, a copy of the petition that we have to all of our, did you get it?
Yes.
Okay. that's
Everything's
all.
been forwarded.
Thank you.
Mhm. So if there's nobody that wants to speak on other agenda items, I'll move on. So as previously discussed under old business, 2022-07, the special use permit to allow truck and trailer repair with truck parking operation located east of Northeast Frontage Road. We are requesting this to be tabled to the May 19th Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. That is staff's recommendation, and the petitioner is supportive of that recommendation.
Want a motion on that now?
Yes.
Motion be in order to table.
Motion to table.
Second.
We have a motion and second to table the petition. Poll the board.
Mr. Noctre,
Aye.
Ms. Safford,
Yes.
Ms. Rohr,
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy.
Aye.
Moving on to new business, petition 2022-11, a special use permit to allow a fueling center located at the northwest corner of Route 6 and Hollywood Road. And petition 2022-12, a series of variations on landscaping requirements located at the northwest corner of Route 6 and Hollywood Road. That has been requested to be tabled to the April 21st Zoning Board of Appeals meeting, and that request was made by the petitioner, and staff is in support of that.
Motion be in order to table.
Motion to table. Second.
We have a motion and second to table the petition. Poll the board.
Ms. Rohr,
Aye.
Ms. Safford,
Aye.
Mr. Noctre,
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy.
Aye.
Next, petition 2022-13, a special use permit to allow a fueling center with a car wash located at the northeast corner of Caton Farm Road and Ridge Road. That has been requested to be tabled by the petitioner as well to the April 21st Zoning Board of Appeals meeting, and staff is in support of that request.
Motion would be in order.
Motion to table.
Second.
We have a motion and second to table the petition. Poll the board.
Mr. Noctre,
Aye.
Ms. Rohr,
Aye.
Ms. Safford,
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy.
Aye.
Twenty 2022-14 has been tabled.
Mr. Hennessy, if I could interject, my apologies. Mike Hanson representing the previous applicant. I just didn't know if anybody else was here on that matter, so I could talk with them outside of the room here, et cetera. So,
It's been tabled.
you're here on that one? You're not here on the gas station on Ridge Road? Okay, all right. Very good. Yeah. All right. Jim, that first one was April 21 also, the Route 6?
Yes, both go to April 21st ZBA.
Thank you.
So moving through now the agenda, 2022-14, a series of variations on signage located on or around 650 Emerald Drive. The applicant owner is IKEA Property, Inc., care of Claude Bosvert, asset management leader. The location is 650 Emerald Drive. Request is a series of variations. Purpose, IKEA, the property owner, is requesting two variations to increase the permitted size of directional signage, as well as a variation to increase the number of permitted ground signs at the IKEA Distribution Center at 650 Emerald Drive. The ZBA makes the final decision for this variation request. The petition was filed on February 11th, 2022. Under site-specific information, the 146-acre subject property was annexed into the city of Joliet in July 2000 and classified to I-1 Light Industrial District. The property was included in the Laraway Crossings Business Park preliminary plat, which was also approved in July 2000. The lot of the subject property was created with the approval of the IKEA Distribution Center, Laraway Crossings Business Park re-subdivision in April 2015. Construction on the 1.25 million square foot warehouse and distribution center started in April 2016. Under surrounding zoning, land use, and character, the zoning surrounding all four sides of the subject property is I-1 Light Industrial District. Property to the south is owned by the Chicagoland Speedway and is part of their operations. Property to the west is the Amazon Distribution Center. The property to the east is a vacant lot. Property to the north is stormwater detention. Under applicable regulations, 4717-21 signs, and then 4717-213 BB criteria for granting a sign variation, and you can refer to the attachment for that. Under discussion, IKEA requests these three IKEA requests these three variances to better facilitate safe and efficient movement of vehicular and truck traffic through their 146-acre distribution center. City of Joliet zoning ordinance limits directional signage to 3 square feet of sign area and to a height of 10 feet. IKEA proposes one double-sided sign, directional sign with 27.63 square feet of sign area and a height of 9 foot 2 inches, and one single-sided directional sign with an 18.96 square feet of sign area and a height of 7 feet 10 inches. Company also proposes 2 monument signs, each with 90 square feet of sign area. The City of Joliet only allows 1 monument sign per street front. Therefore, approval of a variance is required for the second monument sign. Under conditions, we have none, and that concludes our staff report.
Petitioner present? Well, I must swear you in unless you want to have it tabled.
And we're going to have 2 witnesses.
This is my cousin, anyway. Do you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth under penalty of law?
I do confirm to tell the truth.
And I need your name and address.
I'm George Mahoney. I'm an attorney in Joliet. I'm at 822 Infantry Drive in Joliet with the law firm of Mahoney, Silverman, and Cross. Mr. Chair, if I could give your colleagues a booklet which hopefully will be helpful in your consideration and deliberation today.
Thank you.
We have to read it before we vote?
No, I don't think so. There are more pictures than anything. Mr. Torrey did a great job of identifying the issues. IKEA, as you're aware, has been in that location for a number of years. As you'll see on the graphics that were on your screen, it's along Laraway Road, and that's kind of the principal entrance right now into IKEA, rather than on Emerald Drive, which is a east-west street. The main traffic goes in on Laraway Road. And so the issue before you is basically safety issue with signage, and to talk about the safety issues and the reason why this component fits right in with the requirement of the City of Joliet ordinance to grant a variance, I'd like to introduce, and I believe he's been sworn in, Mr. Chair, Adam Snyder, who's the site facility manager for IKEA.
Good afternoon, I'm Adam Snyder.
I swear you in too.
Oh.
You swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth under penalty of law?
I do.
Name and address.
Adam Snyder, 650 Emerald Drive, Joliet. As he previously said, the main reason we're asking for the variance for the additional signs and the size of the signs would be safety, safety for our coworkers and people visiting. If you look at the packet that you were given, there's quite a few examples of semi-truck traffic entering off of Laraway Road, which is actually the entrance for our employees and visitors. Semi-trucks should be directed to the 650 Emerald Drive entrance. But it happens almost daily that we have trucks entering the wrong entrance. That entrance isn't designed for trucks. We would like the signs to better direct the trucks to where they're supposed to go.
Do you think the signage by itself would be effective?
I do, yes.
Why?
It'll give a better direction to where they're supposed to go. Me personally, I've talked to some of the drivers who's entered our parking lot incorrectly. And instead of usually following directions that they've been given or their GPS, they just see the big IKEA building on Laraway Road and assume that's where they're supposed to go. So we believe that having the signs directing the trucks specifically to the Emerald Drive entrance will help alleviate them entering where they're not supposed to.
Yes, thank you.
I do have one quick anecdote. A few times when I personally have entered the parking lot coming into work in the morning, I've had trucks blocking me. We've also had some damage to our landscaping. We've had bushes to replace from trucks coming in incorrectly and then having to try and maneuver in an area that's really not designed for them. You will also see we've included some pictures of some of the surrounding buildings that have similar signs that we are asking for. Specifically, Amazon has some very large signs directing trucks where they're supposed to go. And some of our other neighbors have signs that are larger than what is allowed normally.
You could use some signage.
Yes, we could use some signage. And that is specifically why we're here, is to be able to install signs that will be, as effective as possible in directing the trucks where they need to go.
Okay, is that it?
I believe so.
If there's one other issue, Chair Hennessy, we've attached an affidavit from Mr. Snyder as a part of that packet, and we would ask that that be taken part of the record and supplement the record as you and your colleagues on the board determine.
Okay. Any questions by the board or comments?
I have a question that maybe is directed to the city. We've had quite a number of petitions like this about signs in the area of all the warehouses, and I think there'll be a lot more, and I just wonder if we need to alter the signage standards to take into account the very reasonable things that they're asking for, and whether there's to be an upper limit on the size of some signs, because someone's going to come in and want to make a bigger sign than you guys, and maybe that kind of needs to be done at some point, or maybe sooner rather than later.
Yes, we realize this, and we have a draft of an amended sign code in the works, but we haven't brought it to finish yet. And these types of signs would be addressed in an overall sign code amendment that we want to do. So
Not only in the warehouse area itself, but also on the main road to control where the trucks go and where they shouldn't.
Some of the other sign variances that you see as well, when you see a lot of those side sign variances, we would like to address that and make it more of a standard than having people to come in every time for a variance.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions by the board? Anybody in the audience wishing to speak in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Chair closes petition on the floor and asks the board for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have
Second.
a motion and a second to approve the petition. Pull the board, please.
Mr. Noctree?
Aye.
Ms. Safford?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Aye.
So
Thank you,
that
gentlemen.
application is approved with recommendation by the zoning board. Moving on through the agenda, item 7, old new business, not for final action or recommendation, we have none. Under public comments, 8, this section is for anyone wanting to speak regarding non-agenda items and are allowed a maximum of 4 minutes. It is not a question and answer period, and staff in the Zoning Board of Appeals does not generally respond to public comments. Please note, speakers who engage in conduct injurious to the harmony of the Zoning Board of Appeals shall be called to order by the presiding officer and may forfeit the opportunity to speak. Is there anybody that would like to speak on non-agenda items? No? Okay. Seeing none, we could move on to adjournment.
Motion to adjourn would be in order.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Pull the board.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Ms. Safford?
Aye.
Mr. Noctree?
Aye.
If I didn't vote
Hennessy.
aye, there wouldn't be enough votes to adjourn, would there? Well, so I'll vote aye, okay.
Happy St.
We had
Patrick's
just
Day.
discussed-
Thank you. And we have another planner, so we've been lucky enough to add another planner now too, Helen Miller.